Hello. Um, yeah. Today is Shell Day. I've gone ahead and printed out these that I sorted out yesterday for those that were watching. For those that weren't, I found very annoying thing that always happens with these prints is that for aesthetic reasons, people sort of do this, and that's what I've got to work with, and they're just missing out this and this. That's a huge, significant amount of this shell. It's just not there. She's just so very, very annoying. But yeah, I did all of these all the way around the edge, so I'm going to do that, and then and then the sides as well. I think these bits that are going to connect it to the front part we did yesterday. Yeah, that's the plan. I am, however, going to be severely distracted because I've spent about 48 hours now trying to sort out the 3D printer. And I'm just trying to print the fan shroud, just trying to get the damn thing to just print so I can put it on. Once I can put it on there, everything should print normally. But I'm having to use ABS filament, which is a higher melting point stuff, and I don't know if the printer just doesn't like it or whatever, and it's really like struggling's not the word, outright refusing is more accurate. It's just going like, we're not doing it. It just doesn't want to do it at all. So yeah, I've been struggling with like settings on the app, on the program on the PC, the physical settings on the printer, the like lowering and raising the nozzle, the print bed, different temperatures for the damn thing to just stick to the fucking belt. I've cleaned the belt multiple times, changed the nozzle, changed the filament extruder pipe. And I finally decided I'm selling it. So anyone want a Creality CR30 belt printer? It'll be an amazing printer for someone that can dial in the settings for it. But I'm getting something else. I can't anymore. No. I can't anymore. It's so fucking frustrating. It's unreal. Like, I just can't. I don't want to play. No more. So yeah, that is now behind me. It's like it's on there on the windowsill. I have this real big windowsill. So every now and again, I'm going to end up like turning around to look at it, or I'm just going to randomly get up and walk away. You'll just have to deal with that. Because yeah, I can't concentrate. I've got to like I was up till 5 this morning, 5 a.m. trying to get it to work. And I got to a point where it was like, oh, I'll start doing things. Nope. I was like, right. And I finally I had to just give up. My brain would not let me sleep. I think I gave up an hour before that, so it was like 4 a.m. I gave up, and it took me till 5 to actually fall asleep because I was so obsessed and hyper focused on it, and I couldn't not think about it. But I got to sleep. Lost half a day as a result. I would have streamed this morning and done this morning, but no. No, my brain had other plans, so this is what we're doing now. What a absolute piss take. Like, not only the printer, but my brain doing this to me. It knows I needed to rest. It knows all of this would have been better served done with a clear perspective after some rest. And he went, nah, it's all right. And I'm just like, you know, I mean, I hope you know. I don't know if you know. Do you know? Yeah, it's been a special day. And like I say, I've finally got it to a point where it did half the shroud I needed it to do. So I thought, you know what, fuck it. And I spun the model round and I've set it off printing the other half. Just to see if it fills in the same place twice. And then if it does, then I've got 2 shrouds, and that's what I need. So I'll just fucking split, cut them up with the tools and make them work. And yeah, that ought to do it. Yeah, it's quite. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, it's making those noises. I can hear it going. I don't know if you can. But those are the failure noises. Those are the noises it starts to make when it started to thingy, and I daren't look. I don't want to look. I'm gonna have to look. Won't be a sec. It's still doing it. But I can tell it's going to fail soon because I can see the model on the bed just wobbling ever so slightly, which means it's about to come loose. So any minute we'll hear like a crack, and that'll be it coming off the bed completely. I just hope that it gets to the same point that the other one did that. I see, that's not necessarily an issue with the settings or anything either. That's most likely an issue with the model itself in this case. Am I blaming the tools? Am I being a bad workman? I think I'm being a bad workman. Right. Anywho. So yeah, welcome everybody. We're making a shell, and I'll be quietly freaking out about 3D printer in the background of my brain, and then we'll have a shell And I'm just hoping someone with a lot more patience and time than me will take up the challenge of this printer, because it's really good. Like, I've had some amazing stuff off that, like the Thundercat sword and all that. It just really doesn't like ABS. And I can't afford to be buying like that, is it PETG? It's like PET or PTEG stuff, which is essentially the same, like it's a high melting point stuff, and I could print the fan shroud with that instead. But I can't afford to buy another roll of fucking filament. I've just bought a bunch of PLA, which is the stuff I normally print with. It has a lot lower temperature, which is why I can't use it to print the shroud, because the shroud is directly next to the heating nozzle and it will melt, like the original one that I printed did. And yeah, I just bought that stuff. I can't afford to do another. I can't. Right. Oh dear, excuse me. I might. No. Don't be precious, just get rid. It's stupid. You've got like loads of fucking. You've got loads of foam, everything's fine, okay? Okay. Right. I don't know how long I'm gonna last, everybody, but I'll try. If people talk to me, I don't know if I'll answer, but I'll try. I'm at a point where I feel like I'll only just be able to decipher human language in the written form. So people come at me with like questions or whatever, I'm going to be like, Mr. Wizard, evening mate, what are you making tonight? Are you watching the stream and messaging me privately? Are you scared of something, Mr. Wizard? What's wrong? Mr. Wizard, buy my belt printer off me. You have a lot more patience for these things. And to answer your question, if you are watching, because I'm not taking time out to fucking text you back. I'm making a shell. It says it in the title of the of the live stream. Oh dear, right. Right, okay. Oh, the shell, nice. But what is going on, dude? Why are you texting me? You're gonna text me something. Reply to me. Buy my printer. And the only reply I'm taking from you is, yes, absolutely, I will take that from you, and I will make it work properly. Because I know what I'm doing with 3D printers. And I'll be like, oh yes, Mr. Wizard, well done, ooh, very good, yes. I've got it up for 300, but if you buy it, I'll make it. Love the shirt. Thank you. Not got the room, mate. You can wall mount it. That's right. That's right, mate. You can wall mount it. And if this ABS was working properly, I would have printed the wall mount. But it really doesn't like ABS. You definitely... you probably know how to dial it in better than me anyway. So... yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know anymore. Right. I'm realising that I've got loads of rotary tooling to do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get all the templates out. That one's further down, I think. Yes, we're missing 1 and 2. Okay. And they're on that one. These two. Right. I'm going to get all these down, cut them out, and sort of arrange them. And leave it at that. The fan shroud at the front of it, I think the... to answer your question, Mr. Wizard, has 2 like little plastic covers on the front of it. I think the nozzle's the same as like I want to say like an Ender 3. I think it used like an Ender 3 one or something. But because it's at an angle like that, it has a fan shroud on it that pushes the side fans air straight down onto like the print bed, you know, like most of them do. But because it's like, I think the shroud is its own little design, and I don't know if it comes on any other printer as standard, like, you know, stock. And you can't buy it anywhere. One of the ones that it came with has just snapped off the left side, so the right, snapped off the right side. And it just, like, I've got a... file for a replacement part, and I printed it fine with the PLA, and it was fine, and then immediately realised, oh yeah, it's PLA, and it just, like, the actual shroud with the air holes were like that, and it just went and melted together. So it was doing nothing. It was just sitting as a nice little aesthetic piece on the front of the nozzle. So that's the problem, is I've now put the one shroud back on, so it's only cooling one side, because that's all I can do at the moment. And I bought some ABS to just print the shroud, literally just the shroud. That's all I was going to do. And then I've got like some Warhammer minis to print, because I've already been paid to do them, and a returning customer from up in Newcastle Lake has asked me to 3D print remake the suit that I made for him a few years ago in 3D print, like, you know, PLA. So he paid me a deposit. I went ahead and bought the files and everything, and this happened, and it just stopped working. Like, I had to move it, and then because I moved it, it knocked the settings even more out of whack. I've spent 48 hours trying to get it all back together, and I've just got it to a point where it's printing half of a tiny little job like that. But I think it's, again, it doesn't like the ABS. I can't seem to dial in the settings to get it to fucking stay on the bed. It's too hot, because it's starting to warp the plastic. But if I lower the temperature, it won't stick at all. So it doesn't like the ABS, but I'm having to use the ABS to print the one fucking thing that I've got. And yes, that's done. Yeah, you have your window open with ABS, as you will poison yourself. Yeah, I think that's been part of my issue. Is And it is, isn't it just? Isn't it just? I hate it with all of my soul. There's some parts of my soul that hate it more than that. But that's what we're dealing with right now, is just that hatred. Hatred. And I just need it to print the shroud. I just need it to do that. And then I'm not even going to bother doing the fucking wall mount, which is what I was going to do. And I just, you know, like, I'll look at some good settings for you. Oh, stop it, Mr. Wizard. Oh, you're such a lovely bloke. I think, like, you know, if I can get it to do this one thing, it'll be good. That'll be okay, you know? If I can get it to do just the shroud, then I'll be able to start working on the PLA again. Send me the file and I'll print it and send it up. Alright? You'll be able to find it on Thingiverse, dude. Let me pull it up for you. Because if I actually get the file up on Idea Maker, I'll get rid of this. And no, we don't need to save it. Where are we? 3D printing. Cooling duct, it's called. And I'll see if I can get an image of it, because the last time Yes, there it is. Right. There you go. It's that. The original thing, essentially, is just this side and that side as separate pieces. But someone has, like, put the thing together, you know, and I don't know, dude. If you put in CR30 cooling fan ducts, like it says at the top there, like literally this. Whoop. What it says at the top up here. If you pop that in, you'll find it straight away. It's like the first thing you see on Thingiverse. If you do a generic Google search, it'll do that. You'll find it like that. I wonder what this one looks like. And you get two. Like there's one that's the low profile, which is like a little bit shallower than the higher profile one. I think the low profile one is the better of the two for what I'm doing, but I don't know. I'm going to check. Hang on, I'm going to check again. Let me check again. Well, it's still on the print bed. It's still going. This is the half that it managed to print. And you can sort of see there, right the front there is where it sort of failed. Why is it not? Because it's black there. I wish it would focus for you, I'm sorry. But yeah, you can sort of see that it just sort of died short of the actual middle. And it sits on it like that. But that's the side that I've already got. So I orientated it the other way around and I've set it off again so it should be doing the opposite side now. And if it gets this far, I'll be happy, because that's all I need. But yeah, if you're able to do it, you might be able to get it so that it doesn't do this as well. Because that's the other problem I'm having, is that like I cannot balance the print bed heat to a point where it like both sticks and doesn't warp it. And I think it's something to do with like the material that the belt's made out of. Loads of people recommend like a replacement belt that you can buy. And I've already got like new nozzles, new pipe, new like filament and all sorts of shit. And I'm not doing any more. I don't want to play. I don't want to play anymore. I'm going to tell my mum. Mum! It won't play. What's that 3D printer? Well, it's like a normal printer, but it makes things out of 3D. What do you want one of them for anyway? Oh. Never mind, Mum. Bye. Yeah, that's my little in-joke with my own head. It's like, I'll tell my mum. My mum don't give a shit. And she's here tonight. So, yeah. Naz asked, has it worked? I'm sorry I missed you. I was sort of half explaining that it hasn't. I've just about got it, like I was saying to Mr. Wizard, I don't know where I've put it now, it managed to get that far, but it still dropped a layer just in there. It's actually come out really well though, that's the disappointing thing, is it like, apart from it sort of warping at the bottom there, which, like, if I hold it up against that, you can sort of see that it's bowed. Because it's like, you can't have it too low because it won't stick, and you can't have it too high because it'll bow. So there's fractions of a degree's difference in what I'm playing with, and it's so much of a nightmare. If you're making armor, you're going to need to dial in tire settings. Is that farmer speak for your? I'll have to dial in your settings. Tire. Yar. Sorry, Mr. Wizard, I love you. The PLA profile works fine. Where that's been failing is that it's had, obviously, this has been broken. So like half of it's coming out furry and like little things sticking out of it and holes in it where it's drooped because it hasn't cooled properly. So that has been the problem since it snapped off. And I find it a lot easier to dial in with PLA because it's really easy to work with, isn't it? You know, you have a couple of mishaps and you go like, oh, I'll just change this. Done. Works fine. Thundercat sword. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, spaghetti, Thundercats. Like, it's that simple with PLA. This is why this has been an absolute nightmare, because I just couldn't understand why, like, I was making the most minuscule little changes to dial it in, and it was having, like, absolute fanny fits, the ABS. It was absolutely nuts. And yeah, like you say as well, it's like funny farm stuff as well, isn't it, with the fumes. So you've got to be real careful with it. And yeah, PLA is a piece of piss. Exactly. Yeah, it's why most people start with it, isn't it? And I'll stick with it. For me, it's good stuff. I like it, and I don't see any reason to quit. Let me get the prop. There it is. Lovely. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that's the thing, is just trying to get the bloody settings dialed in, and it's been torture for days. And like I say, it's still stuck to the bed as we speak. I've said it now, haven't I? It's still stuck to the bed as we speak. But literally the only thing I've done is change the orientation of the model. Like, I've just flipped it round to the opposite side so it would do the part I need first. So the opportunity to fail is the same, but it means that hopefully I'll end up with the shroud that I need, or at least the half of the shroud that I need. And in the meantime, while you're doing like a quick print of it, Mr. Wizard, I don't have my printers in my house due to the toxins. Yeah, thing is, I live in a one-bedroom flat on the 3rd floor of a complex. Where else am I going to put it, you know? It's in my window now. And it was working fine in there. It was doing well. It was nice. But alas. It's weird how it was working fine in the really, really hot weather. Like, it should have been warping all over the place, and it was working okay. It wasn't brilliant by any means. It was doing like the hair thing, you know, where it gives your models a bit of hair. So it was giving me some hair on me models ever since I came in here, and it was suggested that I should maybe cool it down. I think Naz said that actually. Is it just too hot? Is it getting humid, sort of thing? And I was like, that makes perfect sense. So I've moved it out of the cupboard. And I had it in the corner of the room, right near the window. And then that still wasn't working, so I've now got it in the window, next to the open window. And my fingers are crossed. I'm going to go check it in a minute. Get a fan to blow on it. Yeah, the only fan I've got is this absolutely giant floor fan. And I was using that in the cupboard, and it was maybe a bit much. It's also loud as fuck. So I can't really do it while I'm on here. Not for you, I don't care about you. It's for me, I can't concentrate with it on. Unless it's absolutely fucking boiling, and then I just power through, because otherwise, like, I'll melt. You can borrow a small desk fan now. Oh, I've got this small desk fan, it just needs charging. I'm putting it on charge. I keep forgetting I've got this. Well, it's too late. I've got it on there, and I've put the fan on. I'm just curious to see how far it goes. But you know how this is warped. Well, that one's warped more. Like, if you imagine this is the print bed, right? It's printing like that. Like, it's sticking right off it at the moment. I have no idea how it's still on there, but the only point of contact now is like a little bit where my finger is, just there, and the rest of it's like whoop, just sticking off it. I put the fan on. I'll just let's see what happens. Because I mean, why not? Do you have a bring around it? Brim? No. No. I don't really know what I'm doing with brims and what have you. I just get Idea Maker to like automatically make one if I'm going to use one, but I haven't been. That's why it's happening. What, because no brim or because brim? Oh wait. Yeah, the brim holds it to the plate. Right. Because, yeah, I mean, I know it works for, like, a lot of prints. I don't know why I didn't consider it for this particular one. Probably because I'm a dickhead. Checks out. Try with a brim. You try with a brim. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah, no, I will. It's a good idea. I'm just gonna go over here and kick myself. I don't want to try anything else, Mr. Wizard. I just want it to fucking work. I don't care about tinkering. I don't want to play anymore. I just want to set everything on fire. Anywho, upbeat, happy for the stream. No, that's I've got isopropyl alcohol. And you're saying clean the bed. It's a belt. That's what's difficult, is that it's a piece of material that travels over the hot plate as it, and it continuously moves. So you've generally got to fuck about with higher temperatures than you normally would with like a normal print bed as well. Which is something like when I get a replacement printer or an additional one, I'm gonna have to like retrain myself to work with normal printers again, because I got just little things like the y-axis on this is actually to raise and lower the nozzle on this one. Just little things like that are like, oh wait, what? Because you're so used to top down, where the Y's, I think the Y's the side to side, isn't it? Oh, I can't remember. I can't see, that's the problem. I can't remember how to use normal printers now. I do have IPA though, and I do regularly try and scrub the belt a lot, but it doesn't want to clean. That's something I have noticed, is it just really doesn't like it. It doesn't want to play at all. So cooling and cleaning are the main things for prints failing. Yeah. Oh no, I absolutely agree. But that's why belt printers are different, because they clean differently. And the cooling is just, it's this, isn't it? But we'll see. Your print, Z is height. On this, Z is moving the belt backwards and forwards, Y is height, and X is side to side. So, have that. But I think that's like why... No, it might be Z that moves the belt. Y is the height, and then X is side to side, and I think it's side to side anyway, isn't it, on everything? Like moving the thing. And I think it's because it just it takes the whole orientation and goes 45 degrees with it. So it makes sense why they did it. If the hot end is too close, it won't cool correctly and put the print about. Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, it's a that's the other trouble that you have with the orientation being like that, and it moves upwards and downwards like across the print, like do you know what I mean? It's weird. It just like um yeah. So it because it's always travelling across it, and that's why I think the shroud over it sits like that. Right, that was useful for you, wasn't it? It sits like that, so that's my finger's the hot end. That's right, ladies. Um, and then the shroud's like that, and it literally just pushes a jet of air out through that and aims directly onto the print bed and the model, anything you're making. So it's quite a clever little design to like just drop it right on it, you know. And I think that's a large amount of the reason why everything's failing is because I'm using one half of that, and so it's not cooling properly, and then it's warping, and you know all the other shit that's going on and been going on for like 48 hours. Yeah. It's very cute. All printers are good when they work. Yeah, man. This one was amazing. I haven't shown it on stream because it's a little bit rude, but I'm going to show you. I'll let you Google what the bitch mic stand is. HR Giga, or Geiger, made it for the singer out of the band Korn. And I'm in a Korn tribute band, so I decided I was going to buy the files and 3D print the full size thing, only to my height because I'm a little bit taller than he is. But I'll show you. I got this, like, I smashed the heel off, so I've had to put filler on it, and I'll sand that off so so it settles down. But like, I've done all of that on this printer, and aside from a couple of like gaps, which at the end of the day I'm pretty sure was a model issue, not the printer, that I've had to put filler in, as you can see. It's come out fantastic. I've done the head, but then I realised that I'd printed the head too small. So it doesn't actually fit on. And it's because everything is 3% bigger, and you can sort of see it there that it's like not marrying up. But that's the head. The microphone goes like here on it, and that's this printer. Like, it's like amazing. It is an amazing printer. Like, you can't do something like that. It was one piece, right, from here to here, one piece. I split it in half so it went flat on the bed, and I did the two halves. You can't get that kind of, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't do something that big without spending thousands of pounds on like a giant print bed. You know what I mean? It's just not possible. So yeah, you were there for the debut of the bitch. Not again. I don't give a fuck about you cheap viewers. Cheers, man. Yeah, like I say, I got that. I did the Thundercat sword in again. I split it in half and did it in full lengths, and printed them both flat, and then stuck them together. And it just came out in like one. You can't do that without, like, you know, one of the real big enclosed thousands of pounds worth of crazy fucking shit, you know. So it's a really good printer, and I really don't want to sell it. I'll be honest, I really don't. I want to keep it, but if I can't get this to work, then I need a printer to be working. I can't afford to be fucking about, basically. We will fix it. We will fix it. Yeah. Could probably try print that in 2 parts on my printer. I'm waiting to get mine. Oh, you know I'd sort it. Yeah, if I'm asking for help at all, it's how to fix the one I've got. So it's not a, you know, it's okay. It came out dead rough on the top, look. That's how you know it was a this flat print, because it came out like real rough when you get close up on the top. But then it was actually quite nice all the way around the rest of it. It was all worked fine. And again, I printed it in 2 halves, so you can see up the neck there. I've done a bit of scratching. Yeah, 2 halves glued together, printed like flat on the bed, both sides, you know, both on there. And I'll take a look at the files tomorrow. Yeah, well, I'll send you a message if this works, because I mean I'll go check. Hang on. Well, it failed at exactly the same point, as you can see. Only this time, it seems it's melted further. Oh, for God's sake. Right. Yeah, I think it's melted further up on this one though. Yeah, because there's no screw holes. Let's get this little excess shite off, and then yeah, on the inside you can sort of see where the screw holes should be. Those little holes you can see are actually meant to be next to where the actual holes are. The actual holes are supposed to be in those little squares. Why can't I orientate that? Yeah, there. That's next to where the screw should be. The screw should be in that little square on the outside, but it's melted. So it's not worked. I suppose I could technically, I could, I'm going to give it another go because now I've got the fan on there because for some stupid reason I didn't bother to like think of putting my external fan on it for any reason because I'm so kick myself in the head. Yeah, I saw that. I reacted to it. At the time, I was the only other person to react to it on the old Facebook, mate. So thanks for noticing. But yeah, I saw it. You got it on the mannequin, didn't you? And it was good. It looked really cool. And I was like, love heart. You can have some love. So I gave you some love, mate. So yeah. Yeah. Hang your head. How dare you not notice me? If it's going like a quaver. Wait a minute. What could it be? Environmental humidity. If it's going like a quaver, it's bed temperature when it. Oh my god! When it bores like that, that's the bit that was on the bed. So the bed was too hot, or it hasn't been because I don't have one of these working. It hasn't been cooled as it hits the bed. I think that's the main problem, is that it needs to. It's lifting due to poor bed adhesion. I mean, there is some of that, obviously, but it's too hot on the bed, which is why it's bowing in the first place, why it's actually lifting off. Again, and in combination with what Mr. Wizard's saying, it's not sticking properly, so it's being allowed to bow because of the heat. And it's only bowing because it's not getting cool air to it. So I suppose some of it's environmental, some of it's settings, some of it's broken shroud, some of it's bed adhesion. It's like this is the trouble with the whole 3D printing thing in general, isn't it? That it's like everything. It's all of the above. But I found I reckon I could probably do it again now I've got the other fan working. So I'm going to set it off again. Now I've got the actual fan on it. Okay. I've been fine-tuning my printers for 2 years and they're always upping the software. I'm not sure what you mean by upping the software. Do you mean like changing it? Making improvements, right? I'm with you. Upgrading. Got you. Yeah, I've got my little desk fan running full blast. I got it because it's got a little clip on it. Because that's fun, isn't it? It's clippy. Clippy the fan. And yeah. So clippy's on there, plugged into the wall. Banging out full power, mate. So I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic about this one. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Why can't everything just be foam building? I'm good with my hands. I'm not good with nozzles. If I want to buy it, dude, I'm having to buy a new 3D printer. No, thank you. I'm gonna end up with one of those myself, I think. And if the prints fail, then I'm gonna end up with a bunch of like half helmets to attempt to put together, you know. Actually, no, I'm not going to, because that's the only thing I'm not printing is the helmet. It's the Mark 7. Everything else is what he had. Yeah, Mark 7. Everything else, other than. So that's like that, isn't it? That made me excited. Sorry, just looking at the thing. I think with the way that this is, with it being a shell and it's all like little pieces, I'm going to end up having to like put it all down flat, maybe on the floor, and orientate it all and try and stick it together. I just don't understand the logic of not including all the bits in the middle, like the little, you know, important bits that keep it together. What are we, did you scale it to you? Well, no, it's not for me. It's how big is shell going to be? What do you mean? What are we talking? Are we talking about the armor, the Mark 7? Is that what we speak of, Mr. Wizard? It's a commission. He's already paid his deposit for it, and I bought materials and I'm echoing. Why would I be echoing other than it being a streaming issue? Is that any better? So I'm not going any other audio sources. Is anybody else saying? Anybody else noticing I'm echoing? Nope. It sounds like a you problem, Mr. Wizard. But yeah, Matt, he's called. Let's call him Matt. I'm not going to bloody dox him. Yes, random indeed. Yeah, he's paid for it. Like, well, he's paid a deposit, and with that, I bought the £65 files of the whole of the Mark 7 armor. It even came with like undersuit parts and everything. So I'm very tempted to print all of it and do molds as well for the undersuit bits and start casting and molding and doing stuff with that kind of thing, you know. I'd very much like to. So that's you there. Where are we? There one. I do some bits like that for work, yeah. It's what I plan on offering, because I've got them and I've seen the files for the chief neck that I've already got myself, but someone who wasn't me paid 130 quid and that was not including postage to have it imported, because someone in America makes them, but no one over here does. No one offers it for like Halo suits. So you got that. I've got the belly parts for the Mark 7. I can very easily get hold of the belly parts for the Infinite Chief, and I've got the access to the Reach one as well. Exactly. I would 100% offer it to UK customers, because we don't have options like that. Now, if I can just figure out how to make bloody visors and one-way reflection, then I'll be bloody raking it in, won't I? But I can't. It's a pain, exactly. It's so, like... And then there's the moulding part of it as well, like actually moulding the visor itself, and like, ugh, Christ. Nightmare, you know what I mean? Right, what's this one that I'm doing right now? It's that one. This one's that one. Hope you're taking notes. This one is that one, and it's over there. Alright. Oh no, Leo, get out of the way. Leo's been there since last night. That's how chaos everything was. I've just left everything. I normally do on here when it comes to like all my stuff I'm working with, but I don't normally do that. Or do I? No, I probably do, don't I? I am filth incarnate. Oh no. Fighting the urge to stop the stream and clean my whole flat. Because there's shit everywhere. There's materials and turtles. Like 3D print parts. Yeah, I'm gonna... Right. Let's do this, shall we? Oh my god. I've thought about it now. No, I can't not think about it now. Oh my god, I'm going weird. Oh, I gotta stop thinking about it. I gotta stop thinking about it. Nope. No. We're going to at least get this cut out and see if the fan will help the print. I'm going to check it actually. Hang on. Don't do resin printing in your flat, as you will kill yourself. Sounds like a challenge. Immediately runs out, buys a resin printer. Holy shit. The fan has helped. It's not so far, not bowing. So far, he says with his huge gaps in his missing teeth. So far, yes, that's right. So far, it's not bowing. And yes, it might sound like I'm taking a piss, but that's if I don't concentrate how all my words come out now because I don't have any back teeth. It's so funny, isn't it? Is that this? That is this. So what the fuck is this? That's that. Oh, so I've done one before the other, so that just needs to go like that. There we go. Now we know what we're doing, don't we? Do we? Uh-oh. Ah, yeah. Okay. So, I'm hearing printer noises and I'm just like, right, that's there, and then this is here. I have to get a shed. What you are? Yeah, you will if you want to use that, like a resin printer. Yeah, because it's, you know, we had that discussion though, and you were like, "Oh, it'll be alright, yeah, Dan says it's fine." Like, Dan says it's fine. You have to be a steady temp or they will fail a lot. I'm assuming you mean like you have to keep the temperature like constant or it, yeah. Outdoor understair cupboard then. Yeah, I have 3 and my workshop is at 24C all the time. I'm listening to a chav argument, sorry. Whoa. Shit. It's going to be pretty big, isn't it? Well, wheel ventilated due to the fumes. Yeah. Wheel around your ventilation. That's a bottom one. Where's the next one then? We've done that one. No, we haven't. That's the next one then, is it? And then that one. Have we done that one? No, we haven't done that one. I know you have no context of what I'm talking about, but I don't care. I am past caring. Ham past caring. Ham. Right, this one is just below what would be the belt if you were any other turtle, but Donny seems to wear his quite high, so... In this case, this might actually be the belt one then. It's bit by bit. But I think I think I'm going to leave the actual foam work for a little while. I might just sit and talk for a bit if it's all right with you. 'Cause I'm hearing the print noises and I just keep wanting to get up and check it. So that's what I'll probably do. I'm gonna, yeah. Ooh, I have a professional message. Nothing like a good dentist joke. Right. Well, all right. Yeah. What am I? I'm running over stuff. Oh no, there's cables, mate. Fucking cables everywhere, mate. I think that's what I'm going to do tonight to try and, like, what's the word? To try and, oh my god. I'm feeling tired now. But I won't by the time it comes to like getting in bed, because what's been happening is what used to happen when I did gigs all the time. I'd be falling asleep at the wheel at like 2 in the morning, driving home from somewhere like North Shields or something, like 2.5 hours drive at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, driving home like, keep the windows open. Oh my god, Jesus Christ, just make it home last half hour, you know. Always got home fine. Always got in quiet enough, get up the stairs, hop into bed, bing, wide awake. As soon as my head hit the pillow, it was like, and that's what's been happening. Last night in particular, I went to bed at a reasonable time, and I just laid down and went bing, You need to keep an eye on that printer. Bet you any money it's failed right now. You're going to go in there and you'll see black spaghetti everywhere. And I was like, fuck. It's right, isn't it? That thing is right. So I got up, and sure enough, ABS spaghetti everywhere. It was marvellous and delicious. So, yeah, I had to clear up that, and that's where the chaos began, because I thought, right, let's try and set it off again. And there was something going on, right? Mr. Wizard, you might know, like, I've had similar issues, but I was getting it leveled exactly right. Everywhere I've read and every video I've seen, the way the nozzle is that it obviously it's pointing down like that, but behind it is like a little rubber shroud. Just underneath, from that orientation, just underneath where the nozzle is like a little sort of black square, just behind where the nozzle's in the centre, sort of thing. And you're supposed to get it so you can just about see a crack of light through that little black part, the little square. So I had it exactly there, dialed it all in, made sure all the level, bed level, everything, it was all right. And I set it off, and it went, it just floated like 4 mil off the bed, and just started spewing spaghetti onto the thing. And then it got to what it does is it likes to draw a line and then go back and draw another line, I'm guessing, to like clear the nozzle, make sure it's, all good. So it does like a starting line on this particular profile on what's the word, Idea Maker. So it did the line, but it did it at like this height. So it was just leaving spaghetti, and then it went back into the middle and went down a little bit, but was still above the line and just started spewing spaghetti. And I was like, what setting have I touched to make it do that? And I just swear to God I hadn't touched anything on the profile or like the save file of anything, like to adjust the layer height when printing or anything like that. Mostly what I was doing on the thing itself was I was adjusting the temperature and the height, and not the height, I've just said that, the temperature and everything else. Someone's smoking out there and it's coming in the house. Sorry, that, as someone that is an ex-smoker, that actually really pisses me off. Like a lot. That is a nicotine lozenge. I've spent I've spent 10 years on nicotine lozenges. So every time I smell like cigarette smoke, in particular shop bought shit cigarette smoke. Fuck. There. Can you hear that, buddy? Ghosts. Yeah, it was ghosts. There was no other explanation for it other than just the print gods were fucking with me. By this time it was 3 a.m, 4 a.m. or something, and I was like, how do I... Oh my God. So I uninstalled Idea Maker, and I wiped the printer clean, like, you know how you can do like a reset on it, like wipe it of everything. So I did that, and I downloaded different profiles for it, and it seemed to work better this morning when I finally, like, I say this morning, it was this afternoon by the time I got out of bed. So it seemed to work better after I'd done sort of a clean reset, and I set it up from scratch again today. Like, leveled it all, and and was fucking about with everything. And I think I've done all I can do with the actual settings, and now it was just a cooling thing, as it turns out. Like, I'm looking at it now, it's not bowing, it's not coming off the bed. So I don't think it was strictly adhesion as much as it was, like, it's not getting cooled. It's not, nothing's, you know what I mean? Because, like we were saying, like, the shroud wasn't shrouding. So hopefully when it prints, it'll print an entire thing like that. But it's actually missing the middle part of it there. But that's the original ones that came with it are like that, like 2 separate pieces. But the file I showed you earlier, someone's just sort of took the guesswork out of being cool and just merged them. Like, pretty good idea, actually. So yeah, I hope it works. It looks like it might, and it's pretty. Yeah, they're pretty tough. Fuck knows where they've gone. So yeah, it's been a journey today. A journey, to say the least. So I'm just gonna have to, like, somehow fucking pull myself together. Oh no, what have you done, John? Don't do this to me. Oh, I hate you. Oh, I don't want... No, I hate that. No, oh, fuck. Never mind. Right, I've ended up loving the photo you sent me anyway. So... yeah, I, as I said before, I'm in a Korn tribute band, and my bandmate and I have been buying equipment for the other players to use, so to speak. The idea being that if anyone steps out, like even him, someone else can just plug and play straight away, because we'll have like rack setups with all the sounds and effects and everything that they need just inbuilt, so they can just turn up with a guitar and play, or a bass or whatever. And he's just rearranged all the racks. So he's put the other guitarist's stuff in with my in-ears and my microphone stuff, and I don't like it. I still owe him for all of that as well, so I was hoping that, it was bound to happen. Everything was looking up, wasn't it? So like all this shit was was absolutely going to screw me over. So John's going to have to wait longer for me to be able to give him anything towards it. So yeah. What do you reckon, Donny? Donny thinks I'm an idiot. No, you won't even look at me, look. I understand. He's probably right. Oh, Donny. Please look at me, Donny. I've downloaded a profile for like a really cool looking bow staff and like a sheath. to go on the belt, so I want to print that as well. And that's one of the rare things that I'll be able to do alongside doing a commission in foam or something like that, you know, as well. And sorry, I've just seen the anniversary edition of all the Alien films. You know, the one that came in like the big dome head. All the DVDs were in the like under the dome. That's one of them things where like I would have 100% had that in my house if I had access to it at the time, but it was one of them where I never saw it anywhere when it came out until like after the fact, after it had already sold out. Gutted. Stop smoking outside my fucking house. I'm sure it's like there's no one out there. There's no noise, nothing. I'm sure it's drifting in from down the street where someone's clearly having a fag on a street corner down there somewhere, wherever the wind's coming from. I just want to tear my own eyeballs out when I smell it now. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of death. Do you reckon that dude was taking the piss? Or do you reckon, like, did you reckon he knew that he looked that creepy? You know, in the video where he's like, and he's got like a square head. And everybody does jokes like they're tied up in the corner watching him do it, and he looks like a nutcase psychopath, and it's quite funny. Yeah. I want to know what his deal is. Like, do you reckon he knows how creepy he looks and it's funny to him? And that's the joke? It's these very deep life questions I ponder on a regular basis. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're living a dream. You're welcome, horror fans. I got bored, what can I say? I thought I was going to talk to people and then everybody shut up. Like immediately after, I was like, right, I don't think I'll build anymore because my brain's going a bit funny. I'll just talk. Everybody went, all right. Such is life. I mean, that happens in like person more often than not. So that's nice. Sometimes it's me doing that. Sorry, I'm still working. You're under no obligation. No one is. Oh my god. I was just pointing out the irony of it because it was funny. To me. Clearly not to anyone else. Right. Why I'll cut these out and then I'm going to see what the print's doing. Wouldn't it be ironic? Well, it wouldn't be. Wouldn't it be annoying? If all this time, after all that fucking about, like not thinking straight, staying up till fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, messing around with this thing gets fixed by a cheap B&M desk fan. I'll be happy that it worked. Believe me, I will be happy. But I will be slightly annoyed that I didn't think of it sooner. I would say I would, you know, or I wish someone would have said, but I mean, who's going to be saying anything at 5 a.m? What the fuck? Why are you... Did anybody hear that? I just had a heart attack. Yeah, I was talking about my friend that had re-racked everything for the corn band. Well, he just tried to do a multi-video call in our group chat. He'll have done it by accident because he's like the least technically capable person. Technology capable. Capabilities. But Jesus Christ, that shit me right up, that did. Boomer. Yeah, that's the joke, isn't it? I always forget about that. We always call John a boomer because he's, you know. Like doing weird stuff like trying to group chat video call you. He won't have meant to either. And it buzzed for long enough that it was like... Oh! Is that it? Is it like that? Oh, it's just like that. I think. Yes, it is. My word. How ghastly. Oh, I'm going to check the print. Nope. It's failed. It started bowing again. So, yeah. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna have to knock it down a degree and maybe try and give the belt another scrub. I left it going to see how much longer it would last, but I think I've just heard it go off the bed, so I'm gonna go and sort that shit out. Alright. I'm only 10 minutes shorter than I planned on being today anyway. I was only going to do something like 2 hours-ish. It's been an hour and 40, so not far off. I was probably going to do an hour and 50 or something. Take me to 10 o'clock, but it's not, you know, it's 10 to 10. Nearly there. So yeah, I'm going to fuck about, see if I can get the settings dialed in a little bit better and make sure it's fully level. I'm going to clean the belt again. Oh, Mr. Wizard, you said about ABS fumes. It's the bloody isopropyl alcohol fumes that are getting me. Christ. Let me tell thee. Can you send me what the shroud is meant to look like? I'll do you one better. I'll do what I did for, like, earlier on. I literally showed a picture of the image on Thingiverse. There it is. U-shaped cooling fan ducts. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's what you'll see on, like, Thingiverse if you nip on there and googly woogly. That's like 2 halves. It's meant to be. If you're supposed to be able to buy the official ones, they're supposed to look like that. Like just half of what you're looking at in that picture. So you'd be looking at that. It's literally just half of what you see in there. That's what came with its stock, was like half like that. This in fact is a failed print of that you can see there, that I'm looking at right now. And the yeah, that's what I've been trying to print over and over again, and it gets halfway through and then it dislodges, or it just misses a layer and starts spaghettiing everywhere. So yeah, what you're looking at there though, right there, is upside down. So I don't know if you, because I haven't been able to find anywhere that's actually selling them. Like nowhere. So it's a bit of a bastard. But yeah, right, I'm gonna knock it on the head, because also I really want to tidy up as well at 10 o'clock at night. It's as good a time as any. So thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for chatting with me. Mr. Wizard, always a pleasure. Thank you for your help, darling. If you let me know what's going on with, like, if you're able to print it, but also keep in contact, because I might be able to get a more local solution sorted, and if that's the case, then it saves you the trouble, and you're a very, very busy man. But I very much appreciate the offer. Thank you. Thank you everyone that hangs around. Thank you to everybody that's watched, and thank you to those that watch this back later on YouTube and Twitch. Watch them back because I'm getting 20 to 30 views on each video, and that certainly isn't happening on the day. So some of you out there are watching this back, which I very much appreciate, so thank you. And good night.